Wednesday keeps fans on edge with her mystery, unique style, and stories full of twists and turns. But have you ever imagined everything that could happen in part 2 of the series? And what secrets are still waiting to be revealed? Tyler. At the end of episode 4, we finally get that long-awaited meeting between Wednesday and Tyler. The problem? Now he's free as a bird, like a teenager roaming the mall without supervision. But as with any good suspense series, there's a dark detail. Tyler ended up killing Lauren, who was his mentor. And everyone knows a hide without a mentor is like a car without brakes, completely out of control. In season 1, it was made crystal clear. When a hide loses their mentor, they face terrible consequences. But Tyler? Nothing happened. Nothing. Zero. No tremors, no short circuits. Which begs the big question, was Lauren even his real mentor in the first place? And if not, who's the true mastermind behind all this chaos? And the confusion doesn't stop there. In the trailer for the second part of season 2, we see Tyler hiding in Jericho's underground. One of those places that looks like a cheap horror movie set, except now it feels like a real danger zone. Someone finds him, and he makes that classic TV show, surprised face, that's a mix of shock and secondhand embarrassment. Could it be that the aviary found him and proposed a partnership? Now here's the question making everyone's hair stand on end. Is he really going to follow through on his word and get revenge on Enid? Could he be the one responsible for finally making Wednesday's prophecy come true? Picture the scene. Tyler, Wednesday, Enid, and all the background drama. It's practically a guarantee of emotional explosions, shocking twists, and, of course, those "I can't believe he did that" moments. If up until now you thought Tyler was just a troubled hide, get ready. He might be far more complex and dangerous than he seemed. And we haven't even touched on what could happen with the other characters in the meantime. Buckle up, because part 2 promises to turn the series upside down, and maybe even throw in some thunder along the way. Today, we're going to uncover all the questions part 2 of the season will have to answer. Come join us now for another video. Lady Gaga. Another curious detail driving fans wild is Lady Gaga's appearance in the series. It's already been confirmed that she'll play Professor Rosalind Rotwood, but the anticipation is huge. How will she make her debut? Many fans believe she'll show up at the party playing piano, radiating that glamour and mystery only Gaga can deliver. But as always, the big question is, what secrets will this professor bring to the show? The suspense gets even bigger because, for a long time, many believed Lady Gaga would play Ophelia. And what if Professor Rosalind Rotwood is actually Ophelia's hidden identity? Imagine the scene. Someone who vanished for 20 years mysteriously returns, full of secrets and untold stories, ready to reveal everything to her family. The emotional impact would be massive. Mixed with Gaga's iconic charm and presence, she'd probably steal the show without even needing a magic wand. And then there's the fun side. It's almost impossible to picture Lady Gaga as a professor without thinking about extravagant outfits, unexpected choreography, and a piano that probably has more lights than the Grammy stage. Will she step in solving mysteries with style, or leave students scrambling to keep up with her musical moves? One thing's for sure, this cameo is bound to spark conversation for weeks, inspire wild fan theories, and maybe even make us want to learn piano or come up with secret names just to seem more mysterious. If Professor Rosalind really turns out to be Ophelia in disguise, the series would become a perfect mix of mystery, family drama, and pop star in action. And we can't wait to uncover every detail. Who knows? She might even give a style lesson while revealing old secrets. Slurp. He's the undead guy brought back by Pugsley, who ended up partying at Willow Hill Sanatorium. He even showed up with Augustus Stonehurst and said his first words, "Hello, old friend." But the big question is, where do he and the professor know each other from? Was it one of those longtime friendships, or is there more to it? After all, he did end up devouring Professor Augustus, so their friendship definitely had its ups and downs. In the trailer for part 2 of season 2, we see the undead with more human-like features. And as time passes, he keeps piecing himself back together while continuing to attack people. And he's already attacked plenty, which leaves us wondering, What's Slurp's plan? Will he reveal it all this season or keep dumping the mystery in our laps? Many fans believe he's part of a sinister plan by a yet unrevealed villain, and people aren't buying the story that the aviary is the main antagonist of the show. So what should we expect? More attacks, more suspense, and of course that constant feeling that anyone in the series could be devoured at any moment. Between eating professors and showing up with a makeover, Slurp promises to turn this season into a real roller coaster of fear and mystery, with a touch of dark humor, of course. Before we keep uncovering what could happen in Wednesday Season 2, drop a comment below. Jokes! Principal Dort. Another big question still without an answer is, who is the principal talking to in the scene where Bianca takes her mother down to the Nevermore Academy basement? The principal suddenly looks suspicious, as if he realizes someone is eavesdropping and decides to open the little secret door to investigate, but finds no one. So, who is he really talking to? And why does he seem so mysterious? What's he hiding? Could he be part of some secret plan? What kind of connections does he have? And what's his real reason for wanting to bring the Addams family even closer? Revenge? Manipulation? Or does he just like feeling in control of everything? The current principal of Nevermore Academy, Barry Dort, practically oozes suspicion. He manipulates students, watches every move, and always seems to be a few steps ahead of everyone else. Some fans believe Barry might be a hidden antagonist, a distraction to keep attention away from a bigger villain who won't show up until Season 3. Just imagine, while everyone is suspicious of him, the real mastermind is laughing in secret, pulling all the strings behind the scenes. Between secret doors, hushed conversations, and suspicious glances, Barry Dort promises to be a key piece in the puzzle, or maybe just one more reason for us to stay glued to the screen, trying to figure out who's really calling the shots in this story. Professor Capri. The current top suspect is Professor Capri. Many fans believe she's the daughter, or at least the favorite, of Augustus Stonehurst Town, and that she's behind everything that happened with the aviary. Some say it's highly likely that she and her sister will team up to avenge their father's death, and that no one is safe, not Wednesday, nor anyone else who gets in their way. But what if their plan is even more complex than simple revenge? What if, besides wanting to eliminate Wednesday, Professor Capri isn't just after destruction, but also after stealing powers, like in those secret experiments? That makes the mystery even bigger. It's not just hate, it's high-level strategy, manipulation, and ambition. Just picture it. Two sisters working together, mystery, secrets, and hidden powers behind every move. Professor Capri could very well be the central piece in a conspiracy that will leave fans' hair standing on end, while Wednesday struggles to figure out who's a friend, who's an enemy, and who's just waiting for the right moment to strike. Between theories and twists, the big question remains. Will Capri actually pull off her plan, or will someone stop this explosive mix of revenge and ambition? Tyler's mother. Here's another curious detail. At the end of the season, we see Wednesday rescuing the woman from Willow Hill Asylum. Many fans believe this woman is actually Tyler's mother, and not Ophelia, as some have speculated. After all, Uncle Fester would certainly recognize her if she were Ophelia, wouldn't he? But then, several tricky questions pop up. Why wasn't this woman subjected to the experiments that stripped others of their powers? Could it be that she doesn't have any powers to take? And if she really is Tyler's mother, could she be the one controlling him somehow? That could explain why Lauren ended up dead. But then, if it wasn't her controlling Tyler in Season 1, who was it? Between secrets, hidden powers, and mysterious manipulation, this unknown woman could be the key to uncovering everything that's been happening behind the scenes. And of course, the theory only makes fans more curious, creating a puzzle of mystery, revenge, and control that's bound to keep everyone glued to the screen, trying to figure out who's really pulling the strings in this entire story. Gomez. Here's another curious detail that stands out, a story that still hasn't been told, not in Season 1 and not in Season 2. How is it that Gomez Addams doesn't have any powers, even though he studied at Nevermore Academy? His relationship with Morticia is also full of mysteries. They met when they were young, still at school, and many people believe that Gomez actually did have powers, but they were stolen from him. After all, we've seen that there are those who steal powers from other outcasts, and nothing rules out the possibility that it happened to him. What's even more intriguing is that Gomez doesn't like to talk about it. He keeps it locked away, full of secrets and probably a few stories that could give you chills. Just imagine if this truth were finally revealed this season. Is Enid going to die? Another theory that's been causing a stir is about Enids' death. Many fans believe that Wednesday's visions aren't reliable premonitions, but instead become real as she ends up chasing after them, exactly like her mother once warned her. Not to mention that the ball will take place on a full moon, which could be the perfect moment for Wednesday's friend to be captured. Of course, Enid isn't going to die. Fans wouldn't forgive that, and after a season full of conflicts, no one wants to see the character wiped out like that. Enid is still feeling excluded and replaced by Agnes, and that creates a whole atmosphere of tension between them. But what's really going to happen? The vision scene will probably play out almost exactly the same, but Enid won't actually be dead. And naturally, the blame will fall on Wednesday as always. Now comes the big question. Is the real villain actually Agnes? After all, she gets close to Wednesday but has already shown she's capable of dark things, like almost killing both Enid and Bruno. Between confusing visions, suspicions, and unfair blame, this theory promises to turn the next season into a true puzzle of secrets, revenge, and unexpected twists. Who will come out as the real villain? And who will fall victim to their own predictions? Only watching will tell. The book. Here's an interesting thought. Was Wednesday's book really destroyed? The scene shows her mother throwing the book into the fire, and Morticia doesn't look very happy about it. That alone sets a mysterious tone. What if, before the book was completely consumed by flames, Morticia secretly recovered it? She could have let everyone believe it had been destroyed, keeping it safe to return to her daughter as soon as she woke up from her coma. Just imagine Wednesday's reaction upon discovering that the book had been safe all along, waiting for the right moment to return to her hands. Between theories and suspicions, this simple detail opens the door to countless possibilities. The book could contain secrets that change everything, plans that haven't been revealed yet, and of course, mysteries only Morticia could keep with such care. Are we about to see an explosive new chapter in Wednesday's story? With so many secrets, twists, and unanswered theories, the series keeps holding everyone's attention, leaving every detail open and each character wrapped in mystery. If you enjoy the world of animation, we have 2 amazing videos you'll love to watch. Thanks for tuning in, and see you next time.